Hi, everybody. Welcome back to AMA. Yay. It's been a brief hiatus, but we are back and better than ever. I hope you guys are having a great summer. And you're finally coming back from the beach and the pool, and welcome back to the office. I know it's been a minute, but we are here, and Chris is here with us today. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Howdy. Good to see everyone.
We're going to talk about lots of things going on recently. Recently, our team traveled to Inman, New York, so we're going to talk about that a little bit.
No, that was back in January.
That's true. It was Inman in Las
That's true.
Vegas.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, the desert in August. And we're going to talk a little bit about Chris's likely blog post that he wrote recently. And I'm going to put that in the comments for you guys if you'd like to take a look. And then we will wrap it all up here with the shifting market. And we'd love to hear about you guys and how the market's going in your area. So if you want to comment below, let us know. If you have any questions about anything, comment below and we'll answer your questions live. We are here and we're hopefully going to be back to some regularity. So if you have any questions, let us know. Chris.
Summer breaks are for everybody, even
Right?
AMA, right? It's just, It wasn't necessarily a scheduled on the calendar summer break. It just sort of happened.
That's right. But I was not at Inman, and I am a very captive audience. I would love to hear how that went for you and for the team.
Yep. Inman was a blast. Let's see. Let me go over here. So there were a couple of takeaways, and I wrote this blog post about it, and I think Inman's actually going to run the blog post here shortly. So it's kind of cool, but pretty well attended. The downside is that 90% of people that went came back with COVID. So that sucks, obviously. Really zero people wearing masks at all, unless they worked for the hotel. And so that was sort of like, well, we know this is going to happen. That's really too bad that so many people got sick, and no one wants that to happen. But the conversations in the hallways were incredible. It's probably my favorite part of the show, is just like getting together with other awesome people and chatting and, well, what'd you think of this? How's this going? What's going on? And so there are a number of really quick hits that I want to touch on that were awesome. The first was the best, from talking to everybody, the best in show, the best on stage presence was, and it's in my blog post, but it was called 2022 WTF. And basically Mike got on stage and he tore apart Redfin and Compass and other businesses that are not profitable. And he just put the graph right out there and said, oh, well, they're not able to raise money. Their stocks are devalued. They don't have that much in the bank. And this company's only going to last for 30 more months at their current burn rate unless they do something drastic, which means raising prices, cutting services, finding more money. Finding more money is going to be tough because the VCs don't want to do that. So threw those guys under the bus. At the same time, he's like, and over here is friggin' EXP. And he showed their growth. He's like, oh, last time I was here was 2019, and I couldn't believe their growth. And he goes, their growth was like this in 2019. We couldn't believe it. Now their growth is like this. And they've passed Realogy in terms of transactions. Like, holy cow, that is crazy that EXP, that Glenn has grown this company just like a rocket ship.
That's what I was going to say. Almost wasn't overnight, but it just continues. They just don't seem to backtrack at all. It's crazy.
The recruiting is on fire. They're doing great with no bricks and mortar, right? The digital environment that, some people laughed at the setup initially, but man, they are crushing it.
And our customers that are with EXP seem to be very, very happy. They seem to love it. So, you have happy employees, you have productive employees, even though they're not technically employees.
Yeah. So there was lots of chatter about that and how fast they're growing and dominating the market. And they are making money. So they have this infinite runway. They can just keep operating and keep growing. Whereas these other VC backed brands, specifically Compass and Redfin, drawn out, just thrown under the bus from on stage and in the hallways. The other one that I just mentioned was Realogy. So
Mm.
Realogy used to be known as Sendent. Then they rebranded, I don't know, 12 years ago to Realogy. And for those that don't know, that's a lot of really amazing brands like Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, all of these ERA, all of these are under one roof. And they have rebranded to Anywhere as the corporate name. And what we found out in passing in the hallway, just absolutely as a marketer, just blows my freaking mind, which is they don't own anywhere.com. Their URL for Anywhere is anywhere.org. And
Hmm.
they're a
Who has
massive
anywhere.com? Who's got that?
a Costa Rican travel agency. And so this hurts my head,
Yeah.
right? So they made the announcements, they did the PR, and they didn't freaking buy the URL.
Oh
And
no.
I don't under I mean, I don't understand. And obviously I'm not a huge corporate guy, so I'm sure there's a reason for it, right? But right now,
Was there a
I
reason or was that an oops?
good gravy. So that one blows my mind. And again, this is backhaul chatter stuff. That
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that was fodder for good conversation for sure.
Oh boy.
Um, what else? So,
But
um,
you didn't just have backhaul conversations. You were actually on stage yourself.
yeah, I did get up on stage. That was a mistake. They shouldn't have let me up there, but
It
it went
sounds like
well
lovely.
until the security guards asked me off the stage. Everything was fine. It was just gravy. Yeah, we did. We got to talk a little bit about data and where things are going, how brokers need to survive this market shift. And I guess the TLDR was automate. Use data to automate your processes and your systems, be more efficient. You have to do more with less right now, so
Yep.
automate your process, your systems, and go in that direction. I think that was well received. We had a good size audience there. That was fun. So really really kind of fun to chat with really smart folks about that on stage. Let's see what else. Opendoor got hit with a 60 some million-dollar fine for deceptive marketing. So people were talking about that quite a bit. How crappy of Opendoor to do this. And I own some Opendoor
Right on the
stock.
back. That was
Yeah,
crazy. That lined right up with
yeah.
everybody getting together. Yeah.
So I own some Opendoor stock that's worth a lot less than it was 6-12 months ago. So that hasn't gone well for me personally. But so they get hit with that, and it's like, oh well, what are they going to do now? And then like 2 days later, they announce a partnership with Zillow. So Zillow axes their iBuyer thing at the end of the year, and now has partnered with their at the time enemy, right? And now they're buddy
Sad.
buddy. They're dating. So hey, good move for both companies, I think. But we'll see how the consumer gets treated as that rolls
See
out here in the future.
what happens. Only time will tell.
um, so then two more points from Inman. The startup alley is generally one of the things I really dig. I really appreciate going
Cool.
there. I've been in startup alley twice. Once with Revaluate, maybe even three times now that I think of it. Real Satisfied and Floor Plan Online. I think we were both in startup alley. But so there would be like 40 companies in startup alley, and one Inman I remember in New York, there were 2 floors rounding the whole crummy Marriott Marquis elevators. There were just so many. There were 3 this year. 3 companies in startup
Wow.
alley. It was
Wow.
a
I
desert.
wonder
There wasn't
why.
it wasn't so much an alley as like a doorway. Like it was just pitiful.
Crazy.
It was.
Because
But the
last year there
shift
was
I think
15 to
was
20
to
at least.
say again.
I want to say last year there was at least 15 or 20 of them,
Oh
at
yeah,
least.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what a drastic drop off.
Crazy, right? But I think there were more big booths this time, and then some of those startups may have just said, "Oh, we'll spend the extra $5,000 and get a booth rather than the kiosk."
Mm,
Um, I don't know. So I think what the reality is the market conditions right now. To the next point was, hey, profitability is sexy. What multiple people on stage were talking about. Compass and Redfin not profitable. They're problems. EXP profitable, really good. So
yep.
if you're a profitable company, like Revaluate, then you have the ability to weather a storm and go do this. And if you're not profitable, then you're restricting your budget, and you don't have a future to raise more money because you don't know what the future looks like. So
Yep. Almost panicking.
yeah, there's some of that.
Yeah.
So I think we were seeing a little bit of that. And, talking about market conditions like you did at the top of the call, Katrina, I think that kind of segues into that. The kind of panic that we were seeing a month ago has really, the
A
fire
little.
has been not put out, but it is not raging right now. I think there's a lot less concern out there. When you saw 0% inflation for the month of July come out, like that's okay, sigh of
Yeah.
relief, right?
Yep.
Um,
Gas prices have gone down a smidgen.
well, considerable, yeah, for sure. The sky's not falling. The rhetoric may have toned down a little bit between the parties. So
Sure.
I don't know. We'll see. We're definitely seeing on the sales guys on our team are seeing more or less concern than they were a month ago from people about the future. So I think that's a good overall sign.
Yes, hopefully good news.
Yeah. So let me change gears here. We wanted to talk a little bit about accuracy.
And our other blog post. Yep.
And you're going to link this, I think.
Yep, I'm going to link this in the comments. So the Inman post you guys will see is right on top in the title. And then the blog post he's about to talk about is going to be there for you in the comments.
So we're a data company. We identify likely movers. And one of the things that we got when we were starting the company all the time is, how do we know that it works? Right. And so the question there, the objection, if you will, and if you're in a sales conversation, is about accuracy and validity. And so no one in our space had any specific data to say we are this accurate versus this accurate. So it was like no one wanted to talk about it. SmartZip, Offers, First.io, all these companies, no one was saying anything. And so what we went out and did is had a third party evaluate our accuracy, and we took all of we took a subsegment of contacts and sent them to a third party, Altos Research, and said, hey, we identified these people as likely to move in this 6-month period. Tell us how many actually move. And so they ran it against the MLS data, and they came back and said, well, actually 19.5% of those people that you identified that were likely to move actually moved. And we're like, fantastic. We published a white paper with them. And people are like, this is amazing. No one else has ever come out and said that. And you never know what it is. Is 19.5% good? I don't know. I mean, it's what it is. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. We're working on it.
Nobody else is reporting. How do we compare?
There you go. Put a stake in the ground. It is what it is. So that's one way that we measure, and one way we measure our accuracy, our validity. Another is sales and churn. Revaluate keeps growing. We keep adding new customers. People talk in the back channels, and we get recommended. The follow-up boss, what's it called? Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The follow-up boss group. Yeah, it's awesome.
Always talking about us. Ylopo.
Yep. Awesome partners. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have great partners in a bunch of CRMs that are, they're retailers for us, right? So like Chime or Happy Grasshopper, there's a bunch. So revaluate.com/integration has the entire list of all of our integrated partners. So we know that we're doing well because our customers know we're doing well, and the business keeps growing. So yeah, it works. But the third way that we kind of measure and have a good idea about this is with our customers. We send out, unless they don't want it, we send out surveys. Random surveys to people. Not every single likely mover gets a survey trigger. Goes out and we say, hey, did we get this one right? Are they likely to move? Are they working with another agent? Are you working with them? Blah, blah, blah. And so we track this over time. Let me get the numbers right here. So the really cool news about our accuracy is on our running 180-day, and we've had a lot of turmoil, a lot of craziness in the last 180 days, right? Like shit's crazy. So in the last 180 days, that user generated score, our accuracy from these surveys has gone up and is now at 43% accuracy.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's mind blowing, and it's not true. Like I know that that is not accurate, right? But because our users are biased, right? They're going to self-report good, better than good.
Yep.
Right? So
Yep.
we know that that's biased data, but it gives us a signal. The trend is there. We're increasing the quality. The accuracy is going up over time. It's not 43%. I'm not saying that. But it's somewhere between that.
We're going to be in chat later. He said it was 40%.
Yeah, no. Oh God, no. Right. But the white paper is biased too. It has a negative bias because it also included people that were renters, and if we identified them as moving and they were renting, they wouldn't have an MLS listing to say that they sold. So there's some number in between there that's the accurate number of what it's really reflecting. But it's trending in the right direction. Wanted to share that with you. It's huge news. Wrote a blog post about it. I'm super excited about our progress there.
Awesome. That is awesome. We were here earlier talking about our Reside program growing, and now our internal surveys are growing. Pair that up, we just keep getting better and better. That's what we want to see. As this crazy market shifts, Revaluate is here.
There you go. For sure. Crazy indeed.
I just want a little bit, tiny bit. I don't know how much of our audience will be there, but we are going to be at Digital Mortgage here coming up shortly. So if you will be there or will be in the area, let us know. And also next week on AMA, Ryan is going to be back, and we've had a lot of requests for more scripting, some updated to our scripting. So we're kind of going to dive into that. We're going to pull up our normal script and just kind of take a look and talk about, what's still working, what's not working. So if you guys have any advice at all in the past or in this new shifting market we have, let us know. I know things change, so we know language has to change with it. So let us know what you want to hear, and we will be back next week. Chris, I really appreciate you being here, and I like hearing about Inman. It's been exciting.
Good
exciting
times.
Stuff going on. Yeah.
Lots of progress, guys. So keep working hard. Keep it up.
And Chris will be joining us with pretty regularity. So if you guys want to hear anything from him, let us know. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. And I missed to say, depending on which coast you're on, depending on which day it is, we always like to join you, though, on Taco Tuesday. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.